So, what does the state auditor actually do? The state auditor is essentially the CFO for the state. There are several departments under the state auditor's office: accounts payable, financial reporting, finance, local government, things of that nature. What is not under the state auditor's office are performing actual audits of government agencies. That is performed by the State Board of Accounts, separate agency. So the state auditor, the CFO for the state, oversees the financial position of the state of Indiana. In addition to overseeing these departments that I mentioned, AP, finance, financial reporting, specifically, the auditor is responsible for making sure employees get paid, making sure tax distributions are issued to towns, cities, counties, schools, overseeing the pension plan, which is called Hoosier Start, and also serving as part of the state finance committee. I wanted to specifically talk about the State Board of Finance and let you guys know all of this information is available online on the auditor's office website. It's in.gov/auditor. You can find the transparency portal. You can find minutes from the State Board of Finance meetings. You can find the different departments, internal controls, local government, payroll, all of that rolls under the state auditor's office and control. I want to point out one piece today, and then I'll go through some more videos to kind of talk about the different roles of the auditor's office. But for today, an example of what business is happening that the state auditor is involved in is that State Board of Finance. You can find the minutes on the website. You can find upcoming meetings. You can find agendas for the meetings. And fun fact, during the March meeting, you can see about almost $3 million moved between different agencies that the state does business with. This is another part of the auditor's office, is overseeing budget transfers, especially when the legislature is not in session or as the budget has already been approved by the state budget agency. Again, separate agency, but there's this committee that the auditor, the treasurer, and the state budget director sit on. The budget director is appointed by the governor. So, for example, in the March meeting, there was a little bit over $750,000 transferred from the Substance Abuse Prevention, Treatment, and Enforcement Fund to the Indiana Department of Public Health Quality and Improvement Fund. The point of this is so that one agency can then assist coroners with toxicology testing. That's fine, right? So this is just an example of what is happening. Another transfer was $2.1 million from that same Substance Abuse Prevention, Treatment, and Enforcement Fund to the Family and Social Services Administration's Division of Mental Health and Addiction Prevention Fund. Just a lot of words here. But there's an MOU with those organizations, so now the latter organization can provide grant funding to counties to support the development and capacity building around substance abuse and treatment and recovery. So essentially what's happening here, if one agency or one fund, money that's been appropriated to this specific fund, this agency, it's not being used, it could be transferred to a different agency so that they can perform the services, especially if there is an MOU between the two agencies. This specific transfer that I noted last was requested at the office of the governor. So what's happening here is agencies can potentially request more money. The governor can request that money be moved. Why is this important? If you have one party requesting a money transfer and then you have the same party approving the money transfer, there's not really any controls, segregation of duties, checks and balances there. So it's so important for all of us to get out and vote, for myself as a state auditor, for Jessica as a state treasurer, to be a part of these conversations so that there are some checks and balances so that the people's voice are heard. I'm very community focused. I know what a lot of these agencies are doing. I understand how money is trickling down from the state or from our city to our local grassroots community organizations. And I know how sometimes the money doesn't get to those organizations. So it's important for people that are community focused, that are business focused, to have a seat at the table during these conversations so that we can make sure our decisions are equitable and that there is diversity of thought and that you as Hoosiers can trust us with your tax dollars. So hopefully that was helpful. You learned a little bit more about what the state auditor does, why it's important, and remember all of this is available on the website in.gov/auditor. Stay tuned for more little video tutorials. And again, follow me on all social media, vote Zane, and visit my website. And don't forget to donate.